The story begins in the Kalahari Desert of Africa, where we find Dr. Andrew residing with his wife at a Christian missionary. One day, a surgical procedure conducted by Andrew is unsuccessful, and the patient perishes. He is overcome with sadness. Just at that moment, a local resident arrives with urgent intelligence. A militant group has entered the area. They are capturing Americans, and now they have also become aware of Andrew. This means the group could appear at any moment. Andrew rushes to his wife, who is instructing the local children. He tells her, "We need to leave immediately. Our lives are in danger." But she is resistant to leaving. She is dedicated to the community and wishes to continue teaching and assisting them. Andrew attempts to explain that the situation here will never improve. Eventually, they bid farewell to the people there and depart for the airport. Upon their arrival, they discover a small plane preparing for departure. Andrew approaches the pilot and requests a ride to leave the area. But the pilot refuses, citing that the plane is already overloaded. Andrew offers him a greater sum of money. The pilot finally agrees, but with a strict condition. They cannot bring their luggage, which will be sent later. Andrew accepts. However, they still lack clearance for takeoff. Consequently, the pilot bribes a local officer. Following that, they finally receive approval. There are 7 passengers in total. One of them is Andrew's friend, who had escorted him to the airport and is now also aboard. The strategy is to reach a larger airfield where they can secure a flight back to their native country. As the aircraft flies over the desert, it begins to shake. Everyone starts to panic. The pilot attempts to reassure them, saying this is normal. But suddenly, the engine catches fire, and the plane begins descending rapidly. Within moments, the plane crashes into the desert. One woman dies in the crash, and her husband is devastated by grief. Meanwhile, Andrew's wife sustains a severe leg injury. Her leg is trapped in the wreckage. The pilot issues a warning. This place is extremely dangerous. Some of the world's most deadly animals inhabit this area. He states, "We don't know where they are, but they know we're here. As soon as darkness descends, they might come for them. They need to escape quickly. There is a village nearby, and if they can reach it, they might survive." However, Andrew is unable to leave, as his wife is too injured to move. The others realize they must proceed. Once night arrives, the temperature will drop, and predators will commence hunting. Before leaving, they bury the deceased woman's body to protect it from scavenging wild animals. Andrew tells one of his companions, "If you make it to the village, please send help. We'll be waiting." Following this, the 4 survivors begin to discuss which route they should follow. The closest village is approximately 20 kilometers distant. One man asserts, "We need to head southeast. That's where the village is." But the pilot disagrees. "No, it's not southeast. It's southwest, and I possess the gun." He warns, "Anyone who wishes to survive better accompany me." Ultimately, everyone follows the pilot. They now begin their long journey through the perilous desert, hoping to arrive at the village. Hours pass, but there is no indication of civilization. They are utterly exhausted, and the heat is unbearable. They are desperate for hydration. The pilot possesses a small container of water. They all share it, attempting to ration its supply. Ahead of them, a large rock formation becomes visible. The pilot believes that if they ascend it, they will finally see the village on the opposite side. They manage to climb the formation with great difficulty, but when they look beyond, there is nothing, only more endless desert. Proceeding further would be suicidal. The same man who previously advocated for heading southeast suddenly snaps. He seizes the gun from the pilot and declares, "I told you we were going the wrong way. We should have gone southeast from the beginning. Now I'll go that way with or without you." But the others disagree, suggesting, "We should return to the crash site. At least there we're secure." They propose, "From there, we can attempt a different direction." The man with the firearm walks away alone toward the direction he feels is correct. The remaining members of the group decide to return to the plane. Though weakened and fatigued, they somehow manage to arrive back at the crash site. But Andrew and his wife are nowhere to be found. All they observe is blood. On the plane's surface, there are deep claw marks, the kind that only a lion could inflict. They realize in terror that a lion had attacked. Andrew and his wife are likely deceased. Panic spreads throughout the group. The lion could return at any moment. Just then, Andrew reappears, alive and consumed by fury. He tackles the pilot to the ground and yells, "We're in this terrible situation because of you. You are a greedy, selfish man. You overloaded the plane with your own illicit cargo. That's why we crashed. Because of you, my wife is dead. You killed her." One of the men fires a flare gun into the sky, stopping Andrew. Then the truth emerges. The pilot had concealed illegal cargo in the aircraft. Animal horns, bones, and parts. These items were worth millions on the black market. He was involved in wildlife smuggling. Andrew, grief-stricken and destroyed, locates the remains of his wife's body parts and buries them with his own hands. With tears in his eyes, he tells one of the men, "I should have done more. I should have protected her." The man responds, "You couldn't have stopped the lion. Her destiny was decided long before this crash. You can't continue to blame yourself." Now the sun begins to set rapidly, and as darkness descends, wild animals start to appear, and the roar of the lion can be heard. Then the pilot declares, "Only 3 of us can survive because the cockpit of the plane is still intact, but it only has room for 3 people." They decide that whoever is unlucky in a coin toss will be forced to stay outside the aircraft during the night. A boy loses the toss. They explain to him, "You'll have to stay awake all night and keep the fire burning. As long as the fire is alive, no animal will attack you. But if the fire goes out, you could be attacked." Andrew, the pilot, and another man enter the cockpit. Hours pass slowly. The pilot emerges and observes that the fire is nearly extinguished and the boy has fallen asleep. The pilot wakes him and urges, "Don't let the fire perish. If it goes out, the lion or some other animal will attack you because they know we're here. They are roaming nearby." The boy wakes up and rekindles the fire, making it larger again. Then the pilot returns inside the cockpit. In a different location, we see the other member of their group who had journeyed alone toward the village. He has a gun with him, but it is completely dark around him. He hears a lion's roar and fires several shots into the darkness, but it offers no help. The sound of the gunfire reaches Andrew and the others inside the cabin. They realize the lion has likely killed their teammate. Meanwhile, the boy outside the plane falls asleep again, and the fire goes out. Now, the desert lions approach the plane and begin circling around it. Andrew wants to go outside and rescue the boy, so he opens the cabin door. Because of this, one of the lions attempts to enter the cabin. They barely manage to shut the door just in time, but then they notice that there is a snake inside the cabin. It bites one of Andrew's teammates. Andrew, being a doctor, quickly ties the man's leg and makes a small incision where the snake bit him so the poison does not spread through the body. He squeezes the wound, and some blood comes out, carrying the poison with it. That is how they endure the entire night inside the cabin. The following morning, everyone exits the plane. By now, Andrew is utterly broken. He is exhausted. He has lost his wife and witnessed his friends perish before his eyes. So now he declares, "I'm not going anywhere." The pilot insists, "We have to move now. We finally know the correct way. We must go toward the village." But Andrew states, "I'm not going anywhere. I'm not taking even one more step." He notes that the boy who went outside during the night was also killed by the lion. Now only 3 people remain. He warns that the lions will return again at night. Andrew tells them, "You both go. Leave me here alone." Following this, the pilot and Andrew's friend move ahead. Andrew's friend has an injured leg, so he walks very slowly. Then they see a vehicle approaching them. Both of them are overjoyed. The vehicle reaches their location. A few men step out. They are from the militant group, the very group that caused Andrew, his wife, and the other Americans and missionaries to flee Africa. They recognize Andrew. Andrew's friend shouts, "Don't shoot him. He's a good man." One militant asks, "Are you his servant?" He replies, "No, I work with him. He assists people like us. He's a doctor." Then they inspect the plane where they discover many animal horns. Seeing this, they become even more enraged. One militant points a weapon at Andrew's head and states, "You people arrive in our country, steal our resources, and transport them back. That's why now no one can rescue you." But the pilot interjects, "These animal parts don't belong to him. They're mine. I'm the one involved in this smuggling." Before they can shoot the pilot, Andrew's African friend tries to stop them. He attempts to reason with them, but they become angry and kill him instead. Now only Andrew and the pilot remain. Everyone else is dead. There are 3 militants. One says, "I'm going to retrieve the truck so we can load everything." He instructs the others, "You 2 keep watch over these guys." Andrew and the pilot are forced to sit on the ground. The 2 militants sit in front of them with their weapons aimed. A few hours pass, and both militants fall asleep. The pilot realizes this is his final chance to escape. But to survive, he must assault and kill them. He attempts to attack one of them, but the man wakes up, and they begin fighting. The noise awakens the second militant as well. Before he can shoot the pilot, Andrew grabs him, but the gun discharges, and the bullet accidentally strikes the first militant. Then Andrew aims the weapon at the second militant's face and shoots him. Andrew tries to save the man, but it is too late. He feels devastated because he is someone who saves lives, not ends them. Then the pilot tells him they must leave because if they remain, They will die by nightfall. The pilot assures him, I can't abandon you here. We'll escape soon. But Andrew is also wounded, so the pilot helps him walk slowly, and they begin to depart. But Andrew is too weak. He falls down and says, I can't proceed any further. The pilot encourages him. You have to look, there's a rock ahead. I'll leave you there and go find help. He carries Andrew to the rock. While climbing, he slips and falls. But he does not give up. He lifts Andrew again and brings him to the top of the rock. From that vantage point, they can see the villages are very close. If they had proceeded this way earlier, everyone would have survived. But they had followed the incorrect route. Now the lion is nearby, smelling their blood, but it cannot see them yet. The pilot knows that until the lion secures its prey, it will not leave. So he decides to sacrifice himself to save Andrew. He rubs Andrew's blood on his own body and says, I'll go divert the lions. You proceed toward the village. He runs toward the lions. The lions kill him. Now Andrew begins walking slowly toward the village. He is extremely fatigued, and after a short distance he collapses. Then hyenas appear. They intend to devour him. Andrew gathers his courage, stands up, and runs toward them to frighten them away. But they are not scared. Instead, they move closer. Just then, lightning strikes from the sky. The hyenas become terrified and run away. Andrew falls down again, and it starts raining. He feels as though his wife has come to retrieve him. He experiences a vision of her and passes out. After some time, the rain ceases. 2 villagers arrive, find Andrew, and carry him to safety. This signifies that Andrew survives, but everyone else has died. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more amazing videos like this.